Hey, welcome back, kids. Glad to do this video with you guys again. Hopefully, by this point, you have had a chance to not only finish your food, which should all be in the trash can right now, but yeah, all of it should be in the trash can. But you should have also finished all of these problems. So thumbs up if you got it done. I don't see everyone's thumb. And just because you think I'm on one side of the video and I can't see what's going on in the room, you're probably right, actually. Okay, so we're going to get right into this problem. It says, what percent is 7.5 times greater than 10%? Well, I'm thinking 7.5 times greater. That's saying 7.5 times 10%. Well, when I multiply by 10, I simply move my decimal place over. So now I am left with 75%. Okay? So now I'm trying to figure out 75% shaded in. So that'd be 7 of these. Now, if you were kind of confused from me talking about that, you could also think of 7.5 times greater than 10% as one of these is 10%. So 7 times greater is at least 7 of these, but it's saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and a half, 7.5, so I still need to fill in 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 75% of that shaded. Okay, next one. Ooh, I like this problem. It was really fun when I read it. So I kind of rewrote it in a way that would make a little more sense to me. So watch how I rewrote it. All right, let's look at this problem. Mitch drove 500 miles at a rate of 60 miles an hour. Delilah drove 500 miles at a rate of 65 miles an hour. Okay, so I'm looking at those two things, and I see that she covered more miles in 1 hour than he did. So she was driving faster, so that means it's going to take her less time to get to the same place than it's going to take Mitch. We have to figure out how much longer did Mitch take than Delilah. Well, I did my division. I simply divided 500 by 60 and then 500 by 65, and I found that Mitch, it took him 8.3 repeating hours. Delilah, it took her 7.7, there were some numbers and things, about 7.7 hours. So now the difference, I would simply subtract 8 minus 3 minus 7.7. So about 6/10 of an hour. So now if I think about how many minutes is that, if I needed to convert it, I would take 6/10 times 60 minutes. Some of us see that I can divide this, and so that would be equal to 36 minutes. About it. I know that was probably a little confusing, but the big idea is that I simply figured out how many hours he did it. I kept it as a decimal, and then I subtracted that from about how many hours it took her. I kept that as a decimal, and then I got to about 36 minutes. Okay, let's look at this one. It was interesting. They used this weird word in this problem. I actually had never heard it. They talked about a tract of land. Well, that simply means just in a section of land, an area of land, and we can see it's in a rectangle. So he's buying this land, and he's going to pay $23 per square foot for this land. So to figure out how much he's going to pay for the land, which is what we're trying to figure out, want to confirm, I'm first going to see how many acres is this, or how many square feet is this land. To figure that out, I am figuring this area out in here, which is area. So area equals length times width. So that is 200 times 50. Well, if I think about 2 times 5, that's 10. And then I'm going to add the 1, 2, 3 zeros to the end. So now we're talking about 10,000 feet squared. And he's going to pay $23 for each square foot. So I'm simply going to multiply 10,000 times $23, which is going to give me 2, 3, and I'm putting 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros at the end. So he's going to pay $230,000. A lot of money for that land. Okay, and then for this last question, we just needed to list 2 comparisons of debit and credit cards. Okay? Both of them can be associated with fees, but the fees would be different. There may be a transaction fee each time you make you purchase something with your debit card. You may have to pay a fee, whereas with the credit card, you'll have your interest rates, late payment fees, those kind of things associated with this. You may have an annual fee associated, whereas you most likely are not going to have an annual fee associated with your debit card. With the debit card, you're spending money that you have. Credit card, you're spending money that you do not have. Okay, so you're borrowing money. Something to keep in mind with that credit card is that thing, if you do not pay it off each month, you're going to pay interest, and that interest will make you pay more and more for those items you purchased than they actually costed. Okay, let's keep that in mind. All right, kids, y'all are getting ready to continue doing some more work. Crunch time. Y'all, I'm planning on seeing you tomorrow, so I really want to hear a good report. Okay, y'all are in the home stretch. See you later.